Mary Jane, I want you to go. Not a chance. I'm not leaving you behind at a time like this. Please, just get in the cab. The longer we spend standing around arguing, the more danger you're in. You know my spider sense doesn't work well in the rain. No way, Peter. It's out of the question. MJ, would you listen to me for a second? Would you listen to what I'm saying? This isn't the lizard on the loose again. This isn't the rhino robbing a bank here. One of those psychopaths has figured out who I am. Do you understand what that means? He knows where I live. He knows where I work. And he's already got Aunt May. Now please, I know you mean well. I know you're only trying to help. But the best way you can support me here is by getting on that plane and disappearing for a while. But, Peter, if he was coming after me, don't you think he'd have already? Mary Jane, would you please just stop arguing with me? Okay, but I feel like such a louse leaving you alone like this. On my own's the safest way to work. You promise me you'll be careful? I'm always careful. Now, I'll call you tonight and make sure everything's okay. Don't forget to pay cash when you check into your hotel. And don't give anyone your real name. You understand? You're going to find her, aren't you, Peter? I mean, this is all just another one of those weird things that happens to us, right? Tell me it's not as bad as it looks. I'm a superhero, MJ. It's never as bad as it looks. Okay, Parker, stay cool, like you actually believe what you said back there. You're no use to anyone if you're freaking out like a newbie. Just stay cool, call the school and let them know you're going to be off for the next couple of weeks. No sense risking the kids in this situation. Now call Aunt May's friends and come up with some flame-proof excuse why she took off without telling a soul where or when she was going on this surprise vacation of hers. A gift from me and MJ, perhaps? A lottery win? God, I feel like a murderer covering my tracks. I call the cops and my secret identity is in tatters. I try to solve this by myself, and there's every chance in the world I'll fail to find this creep in time. Ordinary people have 911 for situations like this. Who the hell do super people call in emergencies? Snatched from her apartment. Jeez. You know I'm no angel, Peter, but there's a line even black cats don't cross. You don't try to peek under the masks, and you don't use people's families against them. Poor old Mary must be, 70 now? Listen, I just need to know if you can help me, Felicia. Nobody else really knows the secret, and you being here would double my chances. What do you say? Can you come over? God, you know I'll be there like a shot. But I'm working on my own missing persons down here in Florida, baby. The soonest I'd be up's tomorrow night. Felicia, please. I have no one else to help me here. Okay, listen. I'll try to find a flight for the first thing in the morning. But in the meantime, it might be an idea to just make a list of everyone who knows the secret. There's Venom, right? Eddie Brock? He knows who you are. Then there's me, your Aunt May, Mary Jane, and... oh my God! Osborn. Rikers Island sits 3 miles from the coast and smells like a cross between an abattoir and a public urinal. They say when the winds are low, you can hear downtown traffic when you're standing in their basketball court. What have you done with her, Osborn? Security. It seems we have a breach at cell 45. He's on a toilet break. Now answer the question before I kick my way in there and break your neck, man. What the hell have you done with her? I'm sorry, Peter, but I'm afraid you'll have to spit those words out a little more specifically. What have you done with my Aunt May? She's disappeared? Now that's interesting. And you're assuming, of course, that someone in the super criminal community is behind it. Wouldn't that be funny? That would mean Uncle Ben and Aunt May's blood would be all over those cobwebbed little hands. Not to mention the dead blonde you used to dance with, eh, Parker? Just shut up and tell me where she is, Osborn. Oh, surely you aren't accusing me of this, boy. I understand you're in a fragile place right now, and probably not thinking clearly, but I'm hardly in a position to kidnap anyone, even an old lady who reeks of ammonia. Unless, of course, I shared our little secret with a mutual acquaintance. What? Oh, surely you didn't think I'd always be a nice guy and keep your street name to myself, did you? It's pretty obvious what's happened here. I just told a friend that if you ever succeeded in tossing me in jail, I wanted him to kidnap, torture, and execute your oldest living relative. It's nothing personal, of course. I just have to keep my grisly reputation up to speed with all the other little lunatics who are crawling out the woodwork these days. Then again, there's an excellent chance that I'm just taking advantage of a good boy in a bad situation. You know, telling lies to make this all the more painful for you, Parker. What? Oh, this is funny. I could keep this up all night. I really could. When I look at you these days, I can't even tell if you're wearing your mask anymore, Osborne. And when I look at you, I see an itsy-bitsy spider that doesn't know where to turn. Happy hunting, little man. Enjoy your leak, Officer Jankowitz? Who does a superhero call when he's in trouble? The answer, I guess, is a gang of superheroes. Although I've always felt that the Avengers didn't like me very much. But they can put me in touch with S.H.I.E.L.D. That's all that matters now. Nick Fury can find a virgin in Arkansas. Hello, I need to speak to Captain America, please. Certainly, sir. Do you have an appointment to see him? Well, no, not exactly. But it's really urgent. I've got a serious situation here and I need some heavy-duty help. And whom should I say is at the door? Just tell him it's Spider-Man. The amazing Spider-Man? Yeah, listen, I know you must have idiots showing up and doing this all the time, but it's really me, Jarvis. Could you hit the buzzer and let me in? I'm getting soaked out here. Well, if it's really such a downpour, sir, why don't you just web yourself a little Spider-Man umbrella? Jarvis, please, don't make me do this the hard way. Just tell Cap to come out. You don't even need to let me in. Good night, young sir. I hope your frat house friends find this all a little more amusing than those security people making their way towards you. Wonderful. Maybe if I was naked, this could be a little more embarrassing. I think the picture should really instill a sense of national security, Miss Leibowitz. You know, like the ones you took of Dick and George when they were plotting the war in Iraq? I'm up to anything except another damn group shot with Captain America standing in the middle and holding up that shield again, Mr. Stark. Even Time's picture editor felt that image had been completely devalued through constant repetition. I really want to go for something more. What's this? A fire drill? No, it sounds like someone's broken into the mansion, darling. Lock yourself in the study here and I'll double back for you later. Out of the question, Mr. Secretary. As long as you're out of your Iron Man armor, you're under S.H.I.E.L.D. jurisdiction. We're taking you to the nearest panic room, sir. What's going on, boys? Who is it? We don't know, sir, but my God. It's through the mansion's primary defenses and making its way down to level 2. Control's saying we're safer taking the back stairs. Come on. Anybody got a visual yet? Nothing. It's moving too fast. Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch tried to cut it off outside of the level 2 kitchens. But... what? It's here. It's down here on the ground floor. And that means Ant-Man's the only active Avenger between you, me, and whatever the hell this thing is, Mr. Secretary. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, gentlemen. No, wait. There's somebody else. Turns out Quicksilver was just a few miles away, judging an art competition at the X-Mansion. They're saying Captain America's in the building now too. Thank God. Now give me one good reason why I should pull this punch, you sweaty little urchin. Because I didn't come here looking for a fight. All I did was show my face, and those idiots started shooting at me, Quicksilver. I need to speak to Captain America. Some supervillains figured out who I am, and he's already kidnapped one of my family. Don't you get it? Stand down, Petrillo. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say before things get any more out of hand. Hell, look at the state of this place. 46 rooms in this house, and you managed to put him through the one wall with all my newspaper clippings. Nice going, genius. Drop dead, redneck. How dare you speak to me like that in front of my sister? Cap, listen. You know I wouldn't even be here unless it was an emergency. But somebody out there snatched my aunt, and I really need to talk to Fury about it. Oh my God, did one of our security guys just shoot you in the arm? Yeah, it's just a flesh wound, honestly. Isn't this something we could help you with, Spider-Man? I only ask because Nick's in a parallel reality for the next 7 days and can't get a signal on his cell phone. Well, you know, Fury already knowing my secret identity and everything just makes it all a little less complicated than you guys helping me out. What are you talking about? Nobody here is going to ask you who you are. To be honest, I'm not even that interested. Yeah, but I've already said it's my aunt that's gone missing, and my secret identity being out there is the reason I got into this mess in the first place, right? God, if only you could hear yourself, Spider-Man. The whole secret identity thing just sounds so archaic when you're actually come clean with everyone. Easy to say when you're a trillionaire with bodyguards. Actually, going public didn't affect me either. In fact, not having to maintain 2 separate lives has actually been very liberating. Hey, I'm sure I'd feel exactly the same way if I'd been born in 1923. And what do you mean by that? Well, you know, everybody you knew growing up must be kind of deceased by now, right? I mean, it's not like you going public is going to put any childhood sweethearts in danger. Oh, for God's sake, are you trying to be insulting here? Listen, I'm sorry, this is all coming out the wrong way. I'm tired, I'm stressed, and I'm worried about my aunt, okay? I'm starting to realize I'm wasting my time. Spider-Man, wait a second. I'm sure we can figure something out. Spider-Man? God, I feel terrible about this. But what are we supposed to do if he won't even tell us who he's looking for? Ah, man, he's broken that statue we got for beating Scorpio too, Hawkeye. That was the one time anybody gave me anything. Mary Jane says I've got a really bad attitude when I'm around other superheroes. But how can I spill my guts to some guy that built a helmet so he could talk to ants? The truth is that being around super jocks just makes me feel like I'm back in high school again, and looking at everyone through thick glass lenses. Why am I only truly confident when I'm surrounding myself with freaks? Any idea why the good guys got more security than the bad guys these days, Owl? Perhaps we just need a little less protecting, Spider-Man. Would you care for a glass of Chateau Margaux? Incidentally, someone from the Latvian embassy sent me a bottle from their Jefferson collection, and it's really quite exquisite. Do you think they're trying to build bridges with my new order here? Do you think this means they've spotted my potential as a visionary up-and-comer, since my clever lawyer got me off on that tiny technicality? Weird, how did you know I only dropped by to stroke your feathers and tell you how clever you were? What do you want, Spider-Man? Kidnapped victim in her early 70s by the name of May Parker. She was snatched from her apartment in Alphabet City less than 24 hours ago, and I have my suspicion a costume was involved. Nothing to do with me, I assure you. No, but since the Kingpin went down, you're probably the most connected individual on the Eastern Seaboard, and if anybody can help me find this woman, it's you. And why exactly should I help you, Spider-Man? This isn't a charitable trust I'm running here. Because I'll owe you, Owl. And for a fat little man with his eye on the Kingpin's empire, that's worth a lot more than some dusty old reject from a wine collection. Wait here while I make a few calls. Jesus, my gut. Are you okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. You just knocked the wind out of me, that's all. My stomach's still a little tender from an operation I had 18 months ago. What kind of operation? They found out I had Crohn's a while back and said I had to get a chunk of my colon cut away. I lost a lot of weight at the time, but they managed to keep the whole thing under control with steroids and stuff. Do you really think it's a good idea for a guy with an autoimmune condition to be working as a bodyguard? Oh, this isn't what I do for a living, Spider-Man. I just do this stuff at nights for a little extra money. I'm a fully qualified financial advisor during the day. You know, CFP registered. Right. You sure you're okay? You don't want me to get you a glass of water or anything? Honestly, I'm fine. Electro and the Vulture. What? They're the ones you're looking for. They're the ones who kidnapped this old woman. Although I've no idea where they're hiding or what they actually require her for. You're sure about this? You're absolutely certain? My sources are impeccable. Thanks. Oh, you're more than welcome. I don't like this, Max. We're supposed to be lying low here. I thought we agreed we weren't even going to leave the hotel room until the wheelman picked us up. Your non-stop gas and pay-per-view were driving me out of my mind, Adrian. Besides, the Russians are old friends. Sandman and I used to come down here all the time after a big hit. Well, I just don't see the point of taking a chance like this when we're leaving in the morning anyway. Would you mind if I just waited back at the hotel by myself? Come on, this could be your last night in New York for the next 5 years, man. What's the point of having $20 million in cash unless you have a little fun with it, huh? Electro, it is so good to see you, my friend. How are you doing, eh? How is my good buddy doing these days? Me? I'm supercharged as ever, Alexander. Supercharged as ever, man. You meet my friend the Vulture before? He's a really nice guy. A little shy, but a real sweetheart. You got anybody in tonight you think he might click with? Oh, I think you got to meet Fedora, Electro. She just get over from beautiful St. Petersburg last month and already big favorite with my customers. You like to give her nice try? To be honest, I find this whole thing very distasteful and exploitative, Max. What are you talking about? Vultures are supposed to be exploitative. Just shut up and try to have some fun for once in your life, huh? I take it you got my little order ready, old buddy. Of course, Electro. Jekaterina has her mother stay with her for a few months. But as soon as she hears Big Bad Man was in town, she ordered a cab and come straight to see you. How's it going, baby doll? You know how much Daddy missed you when he was away? Wow, no offense to the young lady or anything, but I didn't think you'd actually go for the old Boris Yeltsin look. Well, appearances can be deceptive, Birdman, especially when you're talking about a shape-changing mutant from the world's famous province of Chernobyl. One click of her fingers and little Jekaterina can be anybody's type, right babe? So, who do you like me to be tonight, Electro? Mrs. Sue Richards, perhaps? Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four and beautiful wife of successful Dr. Reed? Or maybe you wish me to be the naughty Scarlet Witch, eh? Exotic Avenger with Eastern European flavor? You like to take Magneto's daughter into your bedroom tonight? Or perhaps you're feeling adventurous, my lover. Perhaps you want aquatic love in a hot tub with Marina from Atlantis, yeah? Former bride of the handsome Prince Namor? Actually, I'm kinda in the mood to try something completely new here. Those little role plays all sound great, but my last couple of times up at Rikers really opened up a whole new side of myself I didn't even know existed until lately. Just tell me who you like me to become, my boyfriend. Just say the word, and you have 1 hour of pleasure with them. You promise not to laugh? You do not have to be shy boy around Jekaterina, Electro. Just tell me who you want, handsome guy. An X-Men, perhaps? Fin Fang Foom? Well, between you and me, I've always fancied a crack at... Whoops, sorry to spoil the party, Romeo.